After the terrifying night in the tunnel, the Ellisworth brothers try to act normal again. The morning sun shines through the dusty windows, but the house feels heavier than ever. The echo of whispers still hides in the air. Isaac orders everyone to stay together, yet Jacob feels something strange calling him from the upstairs hallway. That evening, while the others clean the old rooms, Jacob walks down the long corridor outside his bedroom. The wooden floor creaks under his feet. The wallpaper near his bed seems newer than the rest, as if someone had replaced it recently. He stops. Behind the wall, a faint scratch. Sound begins slow, careful, and alive. Jacob presses his ear to the wall. The sound stops. Then he feels something odd. The wall is warm, almost like a heartbeat. He steps back, breathing fast. "Is anyone there?" he whispers. Silence answers him. But just as he turns away, there's another sound, a dull thud, as if something heavy fell behind the wall. He runs to get a candle and a small knife. Peeling away the wallpaper, he finds old wooden boards beneath. The boards are stained with dark spots that look like dried blood. His hands tremble as he slides the knife between the planks and pries one open. A gush of cold, dusty air bursts out, carrying a smell like burnt paper. Inside the hollow space, Jacob sees a small metal box covered in ash and cobwebs. A strange red symbol, a circle with lines through it, is scratched onto the lid. His name, Jacob, is faintly written beside it. He freezes. How does it know my name?" he whispers. The candle flickers violently. The air grows colder. From deep within the wall, a whisper escapes, soft, broken, almost human. "You found it, now it will find you." The flame dies. Darkness fills the room. The next morning, Jacob can't stop thinking about the box. He didn't tell anyone what happened the night before. His brothers were already uneasy after what they saw in the tunnel, and he didn't want to make them panic again. But the whisper in his room still echoes in his mind, "You found it. Now it will find you." When everyone goes downstairs for breakfast, Jacob quietly returns to his room. The wall he opened is now darker than before. Dust floats in the air, moving slowly as if time itself has slowed down. The box is still there, half buried in ash and splinters. He kneels beside it and brushes off the thick layer of dust. The metal feels strangely warm under his fingers. The symbol scratched onto the lid, a circle with a cross through it, seems to glow faintly red when the candlelight touches it. Beneath the symbol, he notices a line of old writing burned into the metal. "Do not speak the words." Jacob's heartbeat quickens. His hands shake as he lifts the lid. Inside, he finds a thick leather book tied with black string. The cover looks burned and cracked, as if it has survived a fire long ago. The smell of ashes fills the air. Beneath the book lies a handful of gray powder mixed with something darker. It looks like dried blood. As he pulls the book out, the air in the room turns cold. The candle flame flickers weakly, bending as if something is breathing beside him. The edges of the pages shimmer faintly, and for a brief moment, Jacob sees his reflection in the metal box lid, but his reflection blinks back at him. He drops the box in shock. The lid slams shut by itself. From the wall, a faint sound of scratching returns, but this time, it's faster. Like something trying to get out. Jacob sits on the floor, the candle flickering beside him, staring at the strange leather book he found inside the wall. The cover is thick and blackened, its surface cracked like burnt skin. Across the front is a faint handprint, small, but too real to be just decoration. He hesitates for a long moment before untying the black string that holds it shut. As he opens it, a faint hiss escapes, like a slow breath. Dust rises into the air, sparkling in the dim candlelight. The first pages are filled with strange drawings, circles, crosses, and words written in Latin. Many are faded, but some glow faintly, as if written with something that still lives on the page. Jacob flips through the pages slowly. Each one feels heavier than the last. There are diagrams of rituals, people standing in circles, blood dripping from their hands. Under each image, short notes describe the price of summoning and the law of exchange. The handwriting is old and rough, the ink nearly brown with age. At the end of one page, a sentence catches his eye. The words seem to move slightly, almost breathing. The blood of the house must feed the ash. He whispers the line aloud without thinking, and the candle flame stretches higher, trembling like it's alive. A sharp chill fills the room, and a drop of red liquid falls onto the page, spreading slowly like blood. Jacob touches it, realizing it came from his own nose. He slams the book shut, trembling. The sound echoes unnaturally long in the silent room. Then, from inside the book, he hears a faint whisper, not from the pages, but beneath them. "Keep reading, Jacob." He freezes, staring at the book in his hands. The cover now feels hot, pulsing with a heartbeat. From the corner of the room, the shadow of something long and thin moves across the wall, though nothing is there. That night, the mansion is silent. The others have gone to sleep, but Jacob sits awake, staring at the strange book resting on his desk. The candle beside him burns low, its wax dripping down like slow-moving blood. He wants to throw the book away, but something in his mind keeps whispering, "Open it again." The clock strikes midnight. The sound echoes through the halls. At that moment, Jacob hears a soft whisper, faint, almost like the rustle of paper. He looks around, but the room is empty. Then he hears it again, clearer this time. "Jacob." His heart freezes. The voice came from the book. He opens it slowly. The pages flutter by themselves, stopping in the middle. A chill spreads through the air, and a thin line of black dust rises from the pages. It swirls like smoke, dancing above the book in strange shapes. "Who's there?" Jacob whispers, his voice shaking. The whisper replies, softer now, almost gentle. "You called me, now I can speak." The candle flickers. Shadows on the wall twist unnaturally, stretching long and thin. The whisper turns into a breath, right next to his ear. Jacob jumps back, but the voice follows. "Read the next line, Jacob. Your blood knows the words." He stares at the page. The letters shift and rearrange themselves before his eyes. New words appear, glowing red for a moment before turning black. "Speak, and I will return." The wind outside begins to howl. The candle goes out, plunging the room into darkness. The whispering grows louder, more voices now, hundreds, whispering his name together. Jacob slams the book shut and runs for the door, but when he looks back, the book has opened again on its own. And on the page, written in fresh, wet blood, are 3 new words. "We're here." The morning light creeps weakly through the curtains, but Jacob's room still feels cold. The air smells like burnt wood and iron. His candle is melted down to nothing, and the strange book lies open on the floor. Jacob wakes up slumped beside his desk, his head heavy and his skin pale. His hands are covered in black dust that stains his fingers like ash. He tries to remember the night before, the whispers, the moving shadows, the voices calling his name, but everything feels foggy, like a half-remembered dream. He looks down at the floor and freezes. Right beneath the desk, carved into the old wooden planks, are symbols, circles, and lines, exactly like the ones in the book. The markings are deep, as if burned by fire. In the center of the circle is his name, Jacob, written in dark red. He touches it with his fingertips and pulls back instantly. The markings are warm, as if still burning. "Jacob, A voice calls from the hallway. It's Isaac. Jacob quickly throws a rug over the floor and wipes his hands on his shirt. Isaac enters with Thomas and Max, both looking tired and pale. You didn't come down for breakfast, Isaac says. We heard noises last night. Jacob forces a weak smile. Just couldn't sleep. Thomas looks around. It smells strange in here. Like smoke. Jacob shrugs. Maybe the candle. But as they turn to leave, Max stops. He's looking down at the corner of the rug, where a thin line of red liquid is slowly seeping out. Jacob, Max says quietly, what's under there? Before Jacob can answer, the book on the table slams shut by itself. The sudden sound makes everyone jump. Silence. Then, from beneath the rug, something scratches the floor 3 times. Scratch, scratch, scratch. The brothers stare at each other in shock. Jacob whispers, barely breathing. It's already started. Night falls again over the Ellisworth mansion. A storm brews outside, wind howling through the cracks of the old windows. The brothers sit together in the main hall, but Jacob stays quiet, his eyes distant. He keeps thinking about the book and the markings on his floor. Something deep inside him whispers that the story isn't over, that the book is still alive. After midnight, Jacob sneaks back into his room. The book lies where he left it, closed but trembling slightly, as if breathing. He lights a single candle, sits on the floor, and opens it again. The pages flutter wildly before stopping on one that wasn't there before. It shows a ritual circle drawn in blood and ash. Around the circle are 5 symbols, each glowing faintly red. Jacob leans closer, reading the names written beneath them. His heart skips a beat. Isaac, Thomas, Jacob, Max James. His hands begin to shake. What is this? He whispers. At the bottom of the page, one final line is scrawled in dark ink. Only one must speak the words. The candle flickers hard, and a gust of air rushes through the room. Jacob hears faint whispers, not from the book this time, but from the walls themselves. They repeat the line again and again. Only one must speak, only one. The red symbols on the page begin to pulse like beating hearts. The walls around him seem to bend inward, the wood groaning. Jacob covers his ears, but the voices grow louder, hundreds of them chanting his name. He slams the book shut and backs away, terrified. The candle goes out. In the dark, faint red light leaks from beneath the book, spreading across the floor, slowly drawing the same circle that was shown on the page. Jacob falls to his knees as the whispers rise into a scream. One must speak, or all will burn. Thunder shakes the house as Jacob kneels inside the glowing circle. The air is thick, hot, and heavy, like the mansion itself is alive and breathing around him. The red light from the floor pulses faster, matching the sound of his heartbeat. The book lies open in front of him, its pages turning by themselves, stopping on one final spell written in black and red ink. Jacob's lips tremble as he reads the strange Latin words under his breath. Each word he speaks makes the air colder, the candlelight dimmer. When he reaches the last line, his voice cracks, but something inside him forces him to continue. The walls begin to shudder. Dust falls from the ceiling. The wooden floor beneath him grows warm, then burns with the smell of ash and blood. He screams as the red light bursts upward in a spiral of smoke, forming shapes in the air, long, twisted shadows that move like living creatures. From the swirling ash, a deep, hollow voice echoes through the house. The bloodline has spoken. The brothers rush upstairs as Jacob screams again. They burst into his room, but the moment they open the door, a powerful wind slams them back. The candle blows out. Only the red light from the floor remains, spinning faster, growing brighter. Jacob. Isaac yells, trying to pull him out of the circle, but his hands pass straight through the glowing light. Jacob looks up at them, his eyes wide with fear and something else, something dark. "I didn't mean to," he whispers. "It made me read." The light explodes into a flash that blinds them all. When the smoke clears, the circle is gone. The floor is cold and black. The book has vanished. But on the ceiling above Jacob's bed, glowing faintly in red and ash, is a single mark, the same ancient symbol from the book. The curse has begun. The storm fades, but the mark on the ceiling keeps glowing. Jacob sits frozen, staring up, as ashes drift through the air like falling snow. Somewhere beneath the house, a faint knock echoes from below, slow, steady, calling them deeper. Next episode, the mirror in the basement, where reflections reveal the face that was never alive. Subscribe now, before the next whisper rises from the dark.